Since the dawn of civilization, mankind has prophesied its own destruction. Though the world was supposed to end a dozen years ago, as predicted by modern Christianity and a computer glitch called Y2K, it would seem that doomsday would have to wait for another age. That was until the Mayan calendar end date theory was adopted as the new target of impending cataclysm. Today is December 20th, 2012, a date theorized by many as the literal eve of destruction. Given the track record of all previous apocalyptic theories, one would have every right to be skeptical. But does the Mayan calendar end date theory pose any real threat to mankind? We intend to find out in the bravest manner possible, by living through it. Our goal is to examine a doomsday close call, live, as it happens, and in the event that the world actually ends, at least we'll catch it on tape. There are 7 days in a week. It's an idea as American as apple pie, but actually isn't. The 7-day week is a result of the combination of the Gregorian calendar, established in 1582 in Rome, and the Hebrew calendar, which is considerably older. Though the ancient Maya also used multiple calendars, one of them has seemingly sinister implications. The Mayan calendar was adapted from a local calendar believed to be in use since 5th century BCE. The calendar in question, the calendar associated with the Mayan prophecy of doom, is known as the Long Count calendar. December 21st, 2012 is the last date shown on the Long Count calendar and is the first date of the 13th Baktum. The date is mentioned at 2 sites, La Corona and Tortuguero. The idea is that the date of the apocalypse is based on one of the monuments at Tortuguero, but the hieroglyphic is damaged and can't be fully translated. This has left it open to quite a bit of interpretation, particularly that it marks the end of the world. Of course, there are many other predictors to consider. First, we have the returning champion of doomsday prophecy, Nostradamus. He wrote hundreds of cryptic 4-line predictions called quatrains. Of those, the most referenced is this.
In the year 1999 and 7 months. From the sky will come a great king of terror. He will bring back to life the king of the Mongols, before and after war reigns.
By those attempting to make a connection between the Nostradamus predictions and the 2112 theory, it is supposed to foretell of a war with China. Even modern technology has taken a stab at the 2012 disaster theory. WebBot is a data collector that analyzes information on a given subject and makes a prediction based on its correlations. While it's normally used to forecast stock prices, when posed with the question of what will happen in 2012, its only prediction was disaster. Terence McKenna, a New Age philosopher, using a pattern he found in the I Ching, conceived an algorithm known as Time Wave Zero. It predicts the occurrence of more and more unique events, which he refers to as novelty, all peaking on December 21st, when all possibilities will occur at once. The result of which is debatable and ranges from catastrophic disasters to time itself stopping in its tracks. All religions have a destruction mythology or eschatology. While some of them are featured more prominently than others, it is a fixture in the religious experience, regardless of which one. Oddly enough, none of them are actively associating themselves with December 21st.
I'm Jeffrey Breslett too. I am a speculative scientist in doomsday studies. There are several doomsday scenarios out there involving heavenly alignments. For instance, our solar system's alignment with a black hole. Perhaps in 2012, the Mayans predicted that our planets would align with a black hole and we'd all get sucked in like a big cosmic game of billiards. That's one theory out there.
Wow.
Another one that I think is the prevailing theory is the planetary alignments, and that's somehow leading to just a big goddamn explosion in the sky. Solar flare disasters have also been talked about quite heavily these days, and that's really been prevailing in the media and the science community for the past 50 years. Solar flares have been increasing in their intensity, and they could very well reach out like fleshy, fiery fingers from the old soul up there in the sky and cook us all like Christmas geese. Also, from out of the shadowy depths of the internet, we've seen a rumor about this ghost planet called Nibiru. Now, Nibiru is supposed to be nestled somewhere out there, like the Lost Planet, within our solar system, but somehow out of reach. Well, the theories are that apparently Nibiru's cosmic curtain will be shutted aside, and we'll see it almost as big as the moon until it eventually collides with us and smashes us all to tiny little pieces. Another thing that some people are attributing to the whole climate change that's been going on lately is the pole reversal. And I'm not talking about any kind of strange strip club shenanigans either. Talking about the planetary magnetic poles shifting every around 12,000 years. So the Mayans could have been predicting that. Somehow they had some advanced knowledge about the poles reversing. And that would explain why things are getting a lot warmer in the winter and colder in the summer. It could culminate in 2012. It could just flip and, oh wow, it'd be a whole different ballgame the next day. The compasses would still point north. The north would just be switched. And the whole world would be flipped upside down, quite literally. Also, the theories are World War III could just break out. Just all of a sudden just break out for no apparent reason. It's not like there's anything going on in the world that would make, people or nations tense against each other. There's no grand conspiracy out there to convince the masses that we're all a bunch of, swarthering idiots and we're ready to fight and kill each other for oil or anything silly like that. I'd say my favorite one personally, since it happens all here on Earth, and I did spend a few semesters studying geology, is the supervolcano theory. There's a giant supervolcano nestled beneath Yellowstone, and it's going to burst forth and spray the entire country with, actually the entire world with liquid hot magma and sullen ash and all that nonsense. I'm curious about this because this could potentially happen. Yellowstone has seen some increased activities, seismic and otherwise as of late. A volcano thing could very well be our destruction. Also, there could be aliens.
Hello, I'm Dr. James Montgomery Chunk. There are many possibilities on what could happen on the 21st, but they all kind of revolve around the idea that the 21st will begin a new age, the age of Aquarius. It's the end of the Platonic year, the Annus Magnum. Well, the first possibility is just people become enlightened. The second, there's the idea of actual physical human transformation. DNA leaping forward in its development due to the planetary alignments. And the third possibility that that one might subscribe to is that that the human beings that we are now will cease to be and evolve into beings of pure spiritual energy. Well, actually, there could be aliens. In Mount Bergerac, France, there's a mountain that is said to be home to UFOs that have been long stored there, and that the people that are staying there near that village, the village of Bergerac, are going to be saved by our visitors when they awaken on the 21st and transported away before inevitable disaster. I just bought my crystal today. I dropped it first thing and it chipped off.
That might upset your chakras.
I already feel like my chakras are off balance. They're leaning a little to one direction.
My name is Joel, and I'm a doomsday prepper.
So we're looking at your survival gear.
Indeed.
This
is most of the bug out equipment that I own. Bug out or jump bag is a common term that you'll hear with this kind of stuff, and it's usually just keeping everything that you need all packed neatly in a backpack, something that you can literally put on your back and bug out and jump and go as fast as you can go.
What are the categories of stuff you're going to find in a bug out bag? What do we got here?
In no particular order, first aid is obviously a very important thing. You want to have any kind of prescription medications you might take, any kind of over-the-counter medications, Tylenol, allergy medicine, things like that that are going to be common problems for people. Antibiotic ointments, another like a supply of basic antibiotics like Keflex, something general and widespread that can treat a variety of infections. Those things in an apocalypse situation will be worth their weight in gold. First aid stuff, basic stuff, bandages. I've got some Gold Bond, soap, hygiene. We'll couple that with first aid. Hygiene is also very, very important. The water purification tablets and iodine tablets, just to kind of make, if you're drinking like real muddy water, it won't make it crystal clear, but it'll make it free of bacteria and at least not taste
Keep
like
you from
muddy
shitting
water.
yourself all night?
Yeah. Hooded poncho, just an emergency size. Some sunglasses. These
Come
are
on.
just these are just cheap ones. They're just like, they're kind of dirty actually, but they're just something you would keep in there for if you're, your eyes hurt, you've been out in the sun all day.
Or if you want to look cool in the apocalypse.
Yeah, or if you want to look cool. Candles. I got a couple candles in here. This is a vinyl patch repair kit, so you can repair any kind of inflatables or a hole in a tent wall. Rope. You can never have enough rope. A funnel that couples with this guy. Flask. Even if you're not a drinker, in an apocalyptic situation, alcohol will be invaluable for
Pain
trade and
relief.
barter. Well, pain relief. It doesn't really have much disinfectant properties, despite what a lot of movies show you, and it won't cure snake bites or anything like that. But it can be used for trade and barter, because people are going to want a lot of it. Mess kit. This all goes together like so, and disassembles to become a plate, a frying pan, a pot with a lid, and a cup inside of it. With the cup has measuring rings on the inside. I love tea and I love coffee. This is this unscrews here, and this spreads out. You stick it down in a coffee cup or tea cup, put hot water in it, and it makes a delicious cup of tea or coffee. This guy is basically a souped up version of the space blanket. It's really light. It's like the silvery material, and it basically looks like a mummy sleeping bag. I don't want to unroll it just because it's kind of a pain to get back together, but it has Velcro straps so it completely encloses. And if you get stuck outside at night and you're wet, you're cold, it's water resistant, wind resistant, and reflects 95% of your body heat. So even if it's below freezing outside and you're covered in snow and soaking wet, if you get in this thing, it will keep you from freezing to death. Another knife. A big knife is always very important. You need some sort of survival knife. This guy, obviously, everyone's utilitarian go-to tool, duct tape. Carabiners, you cannot have enough of these things. I got big ones, little ones. Got them for days. A tent. This is a small one. You can get newer versions that are 2-person. This is a 1-person. It's a Kelty. It's like a 1-person backpacking bivvy. Real small, real lightweight, aluminum poles and stuff like that, and it packs up nice and tight. And I've been through some really horrible weather in it. It did great. This is also waterproof, very waterproof and very submersible, but it breathes, so it lets air out, but nothing in. Socks, bright orange vest to be seen if you need to be seen for any reason. Bright colors are good, but in an apocalypse situation, you would want to keep them concealed just for stealth purposes. TP, obvious uses. Picked this up for 20 bucks. It's a hobo hammock. It stores in its own bag and turns into a little gear pouch. Sleeping bag. This guy stays on the outside. It's a thermarest. You just unscrew this little cap and it has foam in it. And over the course of about a minute, it self-inflates. And it's like insulating foam, and it does more so for maintaining body heat when you're sleeping on the ground, as opposed to actually acting as an air mattress, but it does provide a little padding. This guy is, the string's a little bit of a mess right now, but it's a pocket shower. This fills with 10 liters of water and provides you with about a 3-minute shower. You can have it hang up in the sun for less than an hour, and it's warm. And this just unscrews and screws to control the water flow. Machete. Definitely not a necessity, but just cool. If you're in a zombie apocalypse, you gotta have a machete. Blades do not need reloading. So, an axe made by the same company. Gerber makes great stuff. I'm not trying to plug for them, but I'm a big fan of them.
I thought they made baby food.
They do. No, I don't know. This is a super awesome little axe. It's very light. The handle's hollow up until this point, but it's really solid, nice and sharp. I've chopped down a fair share of trees with it. This is again, Gerber pocket saw. It has a spot. This is for wood, and then this also has another blade that comes with it that is made for like meat and bone. So if you're, you've got your field dressing any kind of a large animal or anything like that, or you just need to chop a body up for any reason whatsoever, this is your tool.
Zombie or otherwise.
Yeah.
I see hacky sacks there. What are those?
I think
good for?
this is just a personal effect. Any sort of entertainment, a deck of cards, a hacky sack, like something to entertain yourself and kind of take your mind off the fact that you're in an apocalyptic situation.
Yeah.
And it's just fun. It maintains manual dexterity, hand-eye coordination. There's lots of technical aspects you could have to have in a hacky sack, but that's just something I have personally. Backpack. You need a good backpack. This is a Kelty internal frame. I mean, it straps around the waist and has like the bars in the back. And I can carry 70 pounds in this pretty comfortably. And all this stuff, like all my stuff together, sits around 60 pounds. Bow and arrow. This is another thing that I would choose to take with me, just for self-defense and hunting purposes.
You want to string it for us?
Yeah, it's just 2 pieces of, all it is 2 pieces of PVC pipe. It's like a 5-foot section of Schedule 40 PVC. It's a 1 inch and a 3/4 inch, and it's got a carbon fiber rod in the middle of it that I glued in there. And the bowstring was the most expensive part, it was like $12, but I produced the whole bow for less than 20. And then I bought the arrows at Walmart for like 3 a piece. But yeah, you just have to like cut this inside one. What I did is cut a strip all the way down it, and it caused it to close up, and you can fit it inside of the other one, and then just cut those little channels for your string. And it's about a 55 pound draw weight longbow. Something that would definitely, more than you would need to pierce any animal or human hide. And you just got to do this little leg maneuver, and it's actually pretty easy to unstring and string. Like I would say, my favorite kind of survival gear to buy is either knives or flashlights. Yeah. Just because those are both like just invaluable. You will need those for something all the time. As you can see here, I've got quite an extensive collection of knives and flashlights and lighters. All very important. This is actually a knife and a lighter together. Water purification. This is, these are a little expensive, but this is actually the kind that is used by military field agents because it has a ceramic filter and it can be completely broken down and cleaned in the field. It doesn't require any tools. Like this little thing pops out and there's the ceramic filter inside that you just scrub it off with any old sponge. There goes the ceramic filter. That's what it looks like on the inside, and you can tell, like, you can run, like, they recommend cleaning it like every few gallons of water through it. And I can fill up a 32-ounce Nalgene bottle in less than a minute with this. And you just hook it up to this little hose that has a floater, and you can stick it in a lake, or you can put this in like nasty parking lot mud water and get clean, tasty water out of it. This is just a repair kit for it as well. I recommend buying one of these with it. It's just gaskets and things to repair, but you won't need that unless even if you use it extensively, you won't need it for very long. This single rectangular piece of fabric. Also laying on one is a towel. A towel, as stated by many movies and books, is the most important item that any person can have on them for any reason. You can use it for a scarf, a blanket, a pillow. I think some uses were noted as sails. There was an entire chapter written on towels in the Hitchhiker's Guide books, but it is without a doubt the most important item that one person can have on them at any time. You can do anything in the world with a towel, and I firmly believe that one could save their own life with a towel if the situation presented itself.
So, do you think it's going to happen?
I don't know, but if it does, I'm ready for it. I mean, I think it's a very likely possibility. I don't know about the whole Mayan calendar thing or any. I don't want to delve too deep into any mysticism, but I think the reality of like a police state or like martial law being enforced due to a government collapse or some sort of economic collapse is a very likely possibility, and maybe not that far in the future. And,
so zombies or Mayan zombies aren't gonna come get
Mayan zombies would all be cool. Like, we would all love to be that badass, like riding a horse and shooting zombies, you know, and you know, chopping the heads off of them and stuff like that. But the likelihood of it, in my opinion, is not very high, but not something so frivolous that I'm willing to discount it completely.
Okay. Thanks, man.
All right.
This is Louisville, Kentucky. It is the 27th largest city in the United States with a population of over 600,000. In terms of its size, that puts it in the same company as Las Vegas, Nevada, and Washington, D.C. Louisville is an average city, and there are similar cities around the globe. Regardless of where you are, people are people. We're here to get the opinions about tomorrow's possible apocalypse. Do they think it will happen? What are they going to do with their remaining time on Earth? We took to the streets of Kentuckiana to find out.
What have you heard in terms of the apocalypse tomorrow? What's the most viable theory?
Well, I think,
Yeah.
I think it's more of of the beginning than the ending, right?
Yeah.
It's a new world era, and so apparently it's supposed to be just a new age. So it's almost like a fresh start, I would say. So hence the name of this event, the Begending, right? So it's the end of the old stuff, which very materialistic, and hopefully we'll be moving into something much more spiritual, much more humanitarily involved. So that's kind of my take on it. I think it's the beginning.
You have bright hopes for it.
Oh, I love it.
You want it to go well.
Absolutely.
You don't want the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
We've heard a lot of that, actually.
I mean, that'll be at least fun, right? I'll grab a shotgun and see how long I can last. But
if you had to choose, that would probably be it. It's like Smash TV.
Exactly.
So you definitely don't think there's going to be a apocalypse tonight?
No, absolutely not. It's like I said, it's the end of an old world, beginning of a new world. I don't know what's going to happen. Probably nothing. I think it's a big gradual shift that's been going on since about the last 10 to 15 years. You can walk outside and tell that. So I think within the next 10 or 15 years, it'll end the big progression, the big switch. And I think it'll basically, I'll be switched from a more materialistic understanding to a more spiritual, much more, a much more scientific approach to the world, much more spiritual, So,
I hope that's good.
Me too. I think it's going to be great.
Get your name, sir?
I am Patrick Briney.
Patrick, and you're an artist here at Feature
I
Show
am.
tonight? Excellent. So, what are your feelings on the whole end of the world tomorrow, actually? Tomorrow is the 21st of December.
I don't really believe that it's going to be the end of the world.
You don't think so?
No, I mean, the end of the calendar doesn't necessarily mean the end of the world.
I concur.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like you know, it's a new beginning.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's just another season turning over. Really, if you think about it.
Yeah. It's going to be the shift to where there's slightly more positive energy in the world, and if we pick up on it, we can snowball that and have more positivity in the world.
I think that would be the apocalypse I would sign up for any day.
Yeah,
absolutely. So you definitely don't think it's going to happen?
No, I don't think.
Now,
I don't think it's going to be fire.
If it does, what would you want to happen?
Zombies.
Yeah, zombies.
I'm for Walking Dead. I mean, as crazy as that would be, I don't know. I feel like I could enjoy it a little bit.
So,
my name's Alex Muckler.
Alex, nice to meet you.
Alex.
So, what have you heard about the Mayan apocalypse? The impending apocalypse of 2012.
Oh goodness! I've heard so many things, and I feel like I've already survived so many apocalypses.
Right.
You know, what was it, like in May, and then October,
and
the world was
Y2K
going to end.
When we were younger.
Yeah, Y2K, that one. So, you know, it's just another end of the world theory. I mean, basically, what it boils down to is I've heard that the Mayan calendar ends tomorrow, so that must be the end.
Right,
clearly, right?
Because they're still around.
Right.
So okay, you don't think it's going to happen? You don't think the world's
absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't even think it was a prediction of the end. I mean, I think it's just, you know, a stone's only so big.
Right.
You can only anticipate so far in the future. So I figured the Mayans were like, shit, 2012. That gives us a lot of time to make the next edition of the calendar.
Right.
So that's our print date.
We'll have hoverboards and all kinds of
right.
stuff by then.
Well, it's like, you know, you get a wall calendar and it's got the next couple of months on it. That doesn't go on forever.
Right.
That doesn't mean the world's ending when your calendar ends. It just means you need to get another damn calendar.
What would you want to be the apocalypse of tomorrow?
You know, honestly, I think if there were an apocalypse, I'd like to see it just not even be a thing. Just, you know, before you know it, it's done. It's over, and, you know, you move on to whatever sort of afterlife, I guess, you believe in. And that's kind of what I'm figuring. Like, there's really no part of me that thinks the world's going to end tomorrow. But even if it did, like, what am I going to do about it? I'm not living my life any differently, thinking that the world's not going to end than I would if I thought the world was going to end. I'll wake up tomorrow, and I'll probably go to bed tomorrow. Pretty certain of that. But if I don't, I don't. And that's what it is.
What's going on, guys?
Just hanging out.
Awesome game, by the way.
Yeah,
awesome
thanks.
Game.
Appreciate it.
I was wondering you guys off real quick. I haven't a camera recording that, so that's my on the side. So, you guys heard anything about this whole Mayan apocalypse thing?
Yeah, definitely. Happy Night here. They've been talking about it forever. And we're finally here. 2012.
We're on the eve of it.
It's
tomorrow.
It's in 3 hours, technically.
So either of you think it's going to happen?
I don't think so.
Right.
Unless Iran perfected their long-range missiles.
So, if there was an apocalypse tomorrow, at midnight tonight or 5 o'clock p.m. tomorrow, or whatever, what would you want to happen?
Shit, I wouldn't want to survive. I would want to be able to still go home and see my kids and my family.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It wouldn't be much fun without everybody else on Earth, right? I mean, could it be? What do you think, Gabe?
I don't know. I would like to see some crazy fucking natural disasters go down.
Yeah?
Like in real life. I mean, obviously I don't really want to see that many people die, but if I have to see it happen.
Oh, if it, the way that we would like to see it.
Is that what you're asking?
Happen.
Yeah, that's what you're asking, right? I guess.
Oh. Man, I would say cyborgs.
Cyborgs?
Just out of nowhere?
Yeah, like this fucking space-time continuum in right here and just annihilate everybody.
Yeah.
Along with a couple of A-bombs, you know.
I wouldn't mind seeing like a superior race kind of thing, yeah. Like,
that would be
awesome. Like if aliens came down and were just like, we're going to kill all of you
I would like to be
harvest your
enslaved.
resources.
I would like to be enslaved on the apocalypse.
Name?
Hallie Jones.
Nice to meet you. What have you heard that's going to happen tomorrow?
I have heard that the Earth's magnetic poles are going to flip.
Yeah.
But more than anything, I just hear that that it's supposed to be a new era spiritually, and that a lot of negative energy is supposed to be banished, and we're going to go into a new era of positive energy and good things happening with the universe.
I hope that's what happens, personally. Now, so needless to say, that would be your vision of the culmination of this whole event. You want the world to be a better place. That's what you would want to happen?
Yes.
Or is there anything else that maybe you thought of that you would also like to secretly happen? Like something worse, or like a zombie apocalypse? I'm probing the depths here.
Well, I mean, I kind of think we already have a zombie apocalypse right now. I mean, look at our our post-capitalist environmental nightmare that we're living in. You know, I mean, how could it get much worse?
Yeah.
You know,
like how the GDP is being propped up by pharmaceutical.
Yeah. I mean, we've got Frankenfood, and the drug industry is, being run by the food and agriculture people, and it's a corporatocracy, and it's a white power structure, and it's, everybody's backs are getting broken so the 1% can continue to live these great lives in their gated communities and get their health care and be internationals while we're all struggling to survive, and people can't even get jobs.
So in a way, we are in an apocalypse already.
I think so. I think, when I go down the street here on the corner and I see people talking to themselves and they don't have jobs, and there's a lot of people in prison for really nominal things because they have to survive. It's just, there's a lot of problems right now, and I don't think we can get much worse.
So we're already in the apocalypse. We're experiencing it.
Yes, I believe so.
Maybe tomorrow's the apocalypse's birthday. Who knows?
Maybe every day is the apocalypse's birthday.
Like, what have you heard about the 12-21-12 phenomenon?
Well, I've heard a lot of different theories on it, of course, but the most plausible one, in my opinion, is the switch of the magnetic poles north and south, causing the Earth's rotation to reverse. Basically, day after tomorrow kind of effect happening. I don't really necessarily believe in that, though.
So you think the most plausible theory is the magnetic pole switching?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think is actually going to happen on 12-21-12?
I don't think that anything significant is going to happen whatsoever. I do believe that there are going to be some season switches. You can kind of see that it's 60 degrees in the middle of December, so that's kind of scary.
It's a little unusual.
Yeah, if it does happen, then I think it's going to be probably not in our lifetime. But yeah, I don't think we're going to see anything significant.
What do you want to happen? What do you want to happen on 12-21-12?
I want everyone to party like the world is ending and have an awesome time, and then I get to laugh at all of the people that thought the world was going to end and it didn't.
All right. Hello, what's your name, sir?
Eric Cook.
Eric Cook?
Yeah.
Is there a nickname you go by?
Everyone calls me Cookie.
Cookie?
Yep.
All right, so what are you getting into tonight on the eve of the apocalypse?
Eve of the Apocolypse is actually my clothing line's release party, which is Z&B Clothing.
That's awesome.
Based out of downtown New Albany. Got an office right down the road from here.
So, do you believe that there's going to be an apocalypse at midnight?
I believe that there's enough crazy people in this world for something to happen.
Really?
Yeah.
Just for someone to concoct something.
Yeah,
perhaps.
for someone to think that it's ending and to do something really stupid.
Like, what would you foresee? What would you want to see happen?
Well, personally, I don't want to see anything happen.
Yeah.
Maybe a small zombie outbreak would be nice. So I didn't invest all this money for no reason.
Yeah, you're pretty geared up right now.
I've
also seen your machete and tomahawk collection as well.
Yes, I have those with me. But in reality, what the biggest potential to happen is someone crazy enough on whatever the hell their drug of choice is, and then looting or just doing something stupid because it doesn't matter anymore.
Right, because they think the planets are aligned and some kind of...
There's a Texas-sized asteroid that's going to shove up their asshole.
I can't wait to cut that and use that.
What's going on, buff security guard?
Oh, what's up? You know, just securing shit.
What's your name?
I'm Tommy.
Tommy.
Nice to meet
tell
you guys.
me, how do you feel here now that we're on the eve of the apocalypse?
Pretty confident.
Yeah?
I'm feeling pretty confident.
Yeah, you don't think anything's going to happen, do you?
Not really.
Like
I mean,
midnight or 11.
I'm sure something's going to happen, but today, probably not.
Eventually one day, right?
Eventually one day. I mean, there's been different people, you know. Isaac Newton said 2040. Everyone's saying different dates, so it's hard to really tell.
So what would you want to happen if there was going to be even a tiny apocalypse?
Fire.
Oh, yep. Hi there. What are your names, guys?
I'm Amber Banana Fish.
Gerald Kelly.
What are you guys doing here tonight?
Drinking.
I'm playing a show with the Whiskey Riders.
Oh yeah, I'm watching that too.
Yeah, one of my favorite bands actually. So I'm gonna blow you right now. Just.
All
right.
Feels good.
So this is on the eve of the apocalypse. This is how you choose to spend your apocalyptic evening.
Yeah, that and fucking, hopefully.
Maybe
Fucking.
later.
Fucking.
None of that on stage.
Oh,
first
come on.
I gotta rock it out first. And,
That'd be so
It'd be way cool
avant-garde.
if it was on stage, but...
Yes,
So,
Tommy,
yeah,
we
if
see
the
you.
world's gonna end, then I'm gonna be.
I don't know who wants to watch that.
I'm gonna be burning it down.
So we lock the
burning it.
door?
So
Thank
what do you
you.
think's going to happen in terms of the apocalypse? Anything at all? Do you think it's bullshit?
There's gonna be some people freaking out
Yeah,
and
there might be
like
some violence.
shootings
But
and
it's all,
stupid
you know,
shit, but
No natural catastrophes, just people being fucking stupid.
according, technically, the apocalypse should have happened at 11 a.m., so we all technically have already survived.
I don't know
so
what the number was and how they figured that out.
and it already came by in Australia, so we're all here.
What would you want to happen? Even a tiny one, like, I don't know.
A post-apocalyptic world would be really cool, actually. I think that the people that we care about and the people that we love would totally survive and be fine because we have everything that we need, and
Maybe.
it would
I'm
probably
not
be like a
really that
playground.
way.
It'd be fucking great.
I wouldn't look forward to a world without comfort because that's what you sacrifice when you're trying to survive.
Right, it'd be The Walking Dead all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I bought you an eagle's nest hammock. You don't need comfort. You have hammock.
bought you
You
a
have
fucking
hammock.
machete.
You have comfort. We're fine. We're fine.
Even the apocalypse, you'll both be fine, right?
Kill off the morons. We'll be great.
Kill the
But
phony.
if something
world
did
will
happen,
be ours!
if the world were to end somehow in some big catastrophe, I would hope for like a solar flare that would just burn us all instantly.
Yeah, like a Band-Aid,
Yeah,
right
that'd
off.
be the best. I don't want to die slowly.
I don't want to die slowly, but I want to enjoy the world alone, like without morons. Without all nature would take hold and natural selection, people would be killed off. Like all the stupid motherfuckers.
You
would
guys
be
have thought
gone.
about this a lot, it seems.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We have plans. We have a duffel bag in our house full of all of our survival shit, like to where we can just go grab it and
Are
we'll
you
be ready to
preppers?
go.
Yep.
We are. We have backpacks, camping backpacks with our sleeping bags.
Bug out
everything.
bags, they're called.
Yeah,
whatever you wanna call it.
rations, everything, ready to go.
And that's not just in case of the end of the world, just in case you have to fucking leave for some reason. I mean,
It can
you
happen.
never know what's gonna happen.
Plenty of shit can happen and go wrong.
Zombies, influenza, I don't know, smallpox. It could all happen.
Giant alien Mayan ass rapings.
Yeah,
It could happen.
Mayan feathered serpent gods could very well possibly appear.
Quetzalcoatl could come and try to eat my pussy, and that would be dangerous.
If it ended up like, in Beetlejuice when they're all sitting around in like the lobby after you die, and I was the one to like look over and be like, yeah, well, I died from a Mayan's feathered serpent god. Like, that would be fucking awesome. Like,
Yeah.
bragging rights, totally.
My guy's just got a shrunken head. Fuck him.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, guys.
How the fuck is everybody doing tonight? We're all here. We're still alive. We did not get raptured by Raptor Jesus. We're the Whiskey Riders. We're going to start a song out called The Time Bandit. It's about taking mushrooms. time waits for no one but me, and I don't wanna be him no more. I say time waits for no one but me.
So, guess what? Nothing happened.
My name's Leah Dinas. Well, since it's the 22nd, it seems to be it's a little bit of a bust. But we've been anticipating it for such a long time, and we've built up so much toward it. As of today, it's a little bit of a letdown, but there was so much great anticipation before it started. It was very enjoyable, that couple of years that we've had to make it at least through last night till midnight, and then once midnight hit, then everybody was like, oh, we're going to go home. We're done.
Have you heard about them pushing it back another day?
No.
Yeah, apparently some people think that it's supposed to be on the 23rd now.
I'm all for it. We'll have another party. We've got the tent. We've got the tent through like the 26th, so bring it on. That'd be great. I think we're always going to have apocalyptic events, and I think that we're always going to have some sort of people want to know what their expiration date is, and I think that having the apocalypse saying it's the end of the world, it gave people, okay, there's your expiration date, get it done. And now that this has passed, I think we will come up with others.
Okay.
Thousands have tried before to predict the end of mankind, the enveloping end of the universe, the end of time itself. Couldn't it be said that the adventure itself, the journey that leads to the end, is far more exciting and important than the adventure's conclusion? Thank you, and good night.